For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. The tap-in or rocket to the top bins. The eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
On the back of the announcement of the celebration of football, NPLSA will be investing $50,000 into a coach education fund. $35,000 will be invested into community coach education, which will see 19 courses at club venues and over 500 community coaches. Working closely with clubs to develop and upskill coaches will strengthen the grassroots community, which will obviously benefit the football community as a whole.
It can only be beneficial because most of the clubs, most of the coaches start off just as parents coaching their kids' teams, and they're learning on the job as much as the kids. So this would be perfect because not only would kids be getting coached, the coaches will be getting coached.
As a club, we struggle to attract good coaches, and having this sort of funding coming our way will actually allow us to sort of offer more boys and girls out there to actually coach at the club. Everything comes at a cost these days, and this award presented to our club here again will allow our average parents, supporters, players to the opportunity to come out and actually to take on coaching and to be part of it. They've got a passion about this sport and a passion about this club. They'll be able to come here now, get trained up and actually take on the team and just move forward with us here.
The remaining $15,000 will be invested into a joint initiative with NPLSA, Adelaide United and PSV, where selected coaches and technical directors from South Australia will be given a professional development opportunity to go to PSV in October 2025.
Once you get the bug for the coaching, you love it, and you love seeing the kids improve, especially the connection to your club. You want to see the kids come through at your club, and it's just a win-win for everyone.
Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG.
Puts in the penalty and wins the grand final for Campbelltown City.
tuning in, they might as well watch the shootout while it happens.
Yeah, fair enough.
Cheers, man.
No worries.
Good afternoon, and if you've tuned in to the Croydon versus Birkalla elimination final and you are seeing some penalties, that is because the Adelaide City versus Adelaide Comets reserves fixture has gone into penalties, and we are just seeing the finish of those. So stay with us, and we'll get the main attraction on as soon as this game is finished.
Hey, what? Commentary?
Why not? I was gonna come anyway, so. You coming?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the emergency part of the City Elimination Clash between Croydon FC and Birkalla. The World Football Club would like to thank its sponsors for the 2025 season. Your companies, SES Group Companies, United Enterprise, the Sunday Group, United Fans and Legion, Asal Asphalt, Hyatt Group, Croydon, Syria Capital, On the Button, Inspiring Homes, Endless Home, SA Installation, Takes Performance, Repco, Bolton Construction, Staging Hospital, Addison Joinery, Exact Cleaning and Maintenance Services, Edwin, Postcode Apparel, Power Football Wear, 13 Commercial, Eastern Building Group, Farm Design Computer, Waywatch Clean Car, Arena Farm Food, and Smoke Club. We are here for our National Exhibitions.
Good afternoon and welcome to the RAA NPLSA finals presented by ServiceFM. With the home and away season completed, we turn our attention to week one of the finals, with the winner moving to week two, and the unsuccessful team will start looking at the season ahead of 2026. We're at Regency Park today as Croydon take on Birkalla. Croydon having the form in their head-to-head this year, with wins in round 22, which was only just last week, and round 11. I'm your commentator, Mark Talbot, and joining me today is the one and only Lorenzo Baselli. Lorenzo, thank you for joining me, and what are you hoping will be in store for us today?
Hello, Mark. Thanks for having me, first of all. It's tough when two teams play back-to-back games, as in round 22 and first finals. So it's a bit tricky. I never like playing back-to-back games with the same teams because they always know what's going on. But I don't know. I feel like one game like this, it's always a 50-50. So it'll be interesting to see what's going on. Croydon with a little bit of the edge, I think, as in out of momentum. But again, it's always a 50-50 when it's one and done.
Well, as you said, though, Croydon coming into this game with 2 wins, 2 losses and a draw in their last 5. Birkalla coming into this round with 3 wins and 2 losses. And that last loss was last week against Croydon, 1-0 to a Martinelli goal in the 41st minute. So as the teams look to head out, we will go through the starting lineups for today's clash. We'll start with the home side. Number 1 in goal, Daniel Margush. Number 5 and captain, Luke Klimek. Number 6, Christopher Vivian. Number 7, Maya Hisamoto. Number 8, Adam Martinello. Number 11, Oscar Slattery. Number 12, Luca Trimboli. Number 14, Ned Stiles. Number 15, James Polly. Number 17, Passia John. And number 22, Bowl Mapaw. Sitting on the bench for Croydon, number 9, Santana Bartovsky. Number 10, Thomas Greco returning from injury. Number 13, Junior David. Number 18, Jared Brazali. Number 20, Alexander Good. 23, Andre Carl. And number 31, Tumbuka Kalua. For the visitors in Birkalla, number 2, Adam McCorney. Number 5, Reese Jurjevic. Number 8, George Blackwood. Number 10, Charlie Devereaux. Number 14, Nathan Anajanto. Number 15, Zach Becker. Number 17, Dylan Klassen Thomas. Number 18, Yohei Matsumoto. Number 20, and captain, and in goal, Nicholas Harpus. Number 22, Alan Walsh. Number 26, Tyrese Conway. And on the bench for Birkalla today is number 1, Nicholas Woolley. Number 11, Mason Ayubi. Number 23, Harrison Ashworth. 33, Sebastian Smith. Number 35, Alex Sakonis. Number 41, Jeremy Capello. And number 77, Chris Christophilos, as the 2 captains meet in the middle for the coin toss, which will be carried out today by Tom Brinkworth, the man in the middle, ably assisted by Nick Elligan, Jaden Betterman, and the 4th official, Dennis Palushans. And just a funny stat for you here. Just have to find it here, but one time these 2 teams met, Nick Elligan, and this was back in 2016. Nick Elligan was on the line that day as well. So he's been around a long time, Nick.
Yeah, seems like. There's a couple of players here that I think have been here quite a lot, surely since before I came here. Klimek's one of them. 36?
He is 36, yes, and he has been around a long time. As we go back, I could go back as far as 2014, and you'll see his name on the team sheet.
Oh, that was my first year of high school.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything there. I'm not going to say anything. And just to make it feel even better, the last time these 2 teams met in a finals match here in the RA NPLSA was back in 1998, when you weren't even born.
Nope.
So it just makes me feel even older, because I'd almost finished high school by that stage. As Birkalla will get kicked left to right and get us underway. His Devereaux goes long, looking for Welsh. Early free kick goes the way of Croydon.
Beautiful day for a finals match.
It is a beautiful day.
Unreal.
And your game will kick off tomorrow, 6 o'clock at home.
Yeah.
Against Adelaide United.
Would be a good one too.
It should be. We've got cracking day for finals today and tomorrow.
Yep.
The weather's beautiful, and 4 teams that are all playing for week 2 of the finals, as both games today and tomorrow are elimination finals. Here's Oscar Slattery. He spreads the play to Trimboli. Trimboli into Polly. Polly cuts it across, and Matsumoto clears under pressure.
Aggressive start. Croydon always good at overlapping on the wings with Polly. Klimek maybe a little less, but especially Polly on the left side, pushing and pushing.
Yeah, you find Klimek will probably tuck inside a little bit more than get on the outside a little bit more.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he's unfit, just saying that he's a little bit older than Polly.
He could still run more than me, I think.
I was going to say, he can still run a lot more than me. As the ball's swung in near post, Mapour misses, and it's gone through, and it's in! An early goal. It looks like Martinello
Again.
scores for the second week in a row against Birkalla, and Croydon have taken a lead with inside 2 minutes.
Martinello again loves a good goal against Birkalla. This one a bit more important than last week, but good corner. I couldn't see who it was, I'll be honest. Ball from post, Mapour, sorry. From post, kind of flicked it. I don't know if he touched it or not, and then came off Martinello's head at the end. So
if he didn't get a touch, he certainly drew every single defender with him. That's for sure.
He did,
and that's what the tall timber's for.
Yep.
Because they see Mapour come up and they're thinking, "Oh my God, I've got to pick up the big guy," and he'll come through. And like he did there, goes that near post as Birkalla get us underway again. And again, kicking off in their traditional yellow and black, with Croydon in their traditional home kit of white, red and white. And that might just spark this game very early indeed.
Exactly right. I was just going to say, I think from now on it's going to be even more open than what we thought it would be. Just because the urgency Birkalla needs right now to not concede one more and at the same time trying to find the equalizer.
Here is Blackwood in the box. He's able to turn, get past Mapour, and Margouche is out early and takes that one. Here's Passio John and Klimek, who had the joy of having a conversation with him midweek on the One Game at a Time podcast. Danny Janto looks for Klassen Thomas in behind, but it's cut out. And John looks to switch. He does so, and it's a foot race between Hisamoto and Matsumoto. Matsumoto wins that one. Lorenzo, what did you find when you come up against these two sides during the season? What did you find sort of the most difficult things about them?
Croydon's Birkalla's very aggressive. That's we won.
Here's Trimboli in the box and he's offside.
Birkalla was saying very aggressive, especially the second game we played against them. We lost 3-1 actually against them home, and we won 3-1 away. I think you were commenting.
I probably was actually. If it was at Birkalla, or actually,
Birkalla.
I've either been here or Birkalla pretty much all season. So,
yeah, but they're a tough team to play. They were in relegation battle up until let's say halfway through the season, and then won a couple of games in a row, and that got momentum for them. And then second half they were very good and they made playoffs. Croydon very consistent throughout the whole year. They have a couple of players that stood out this year, but overall pretty good team, pretty solid, and they've been second, third all year. Very well deserved playoff run. Finals. I'm used to the American way still.
No, that's all right. There's nothing wrong with that.
You
said Birkalla, you're right there. Birkalla, up until round 9, hadn't won a game.
Yeah.
And then they won 2, lost 2, won 2, lost, and then got 3 games on the sort of back end. And as you said, that turn of the season, that round 9, they really started to find their feet, and that's what's able to get them here today.
Yeah.
Whereas Croydon, as you said, a lot more consistent. They went to 9 games unbeaten, which is quite incredible, from round 11 through to round 19 inclusive. That's a great run. 7 wins and 2 draws.
We took advantage of a couple of teams, us included, when 2 games win, then 1 loss, and then a couple of games win again, then a draw.
Here's Martinello, straight at Harpers this time, and Harpers gets his hands on it. Sorry to cut you off there, Lorenzo.
It's all good, no worries. Rightfully so.
One thing I noticed with the Birkalla side is I did commentate on their games quite a number of times, and at times, as you said, inconsistent, and they were very inconsistent. There's one week that I called a game and they absolutely destroyed Adelaide United 3-0, but it was over by half time. Yeah. And then the following week, I was back on their game and they were playing against Playford, and admittedly that was the day we had absolute horrendous weather. As the ball looks to go over the top and is flagged offside there.
I think
for
that's
Becker.
when we played on Monday.
You did, yes.
Yeah.
All the games got postponed or rescheduled, and your game played on the Monday, but Birkalla played on the Friday night against Playford, and Playford really utilised the win to their advantage and won 3-0 that day.
Yeah.
But again, it's that very inconsistent that one week it's an amazing team, and the next week they're just not quite on it, and it really did show this year. But that's the joys of the NPL.
Yeah, it is. It's I found it very tight, as in every team is close to each other. There is not a team except Metro that stands out.
Yep.
And it's the same way up top and at the bottom, because we saw the relegation battle got solved at the 94th minute of the last round.
Right down to the last minute.
So
literally the last minute of the round.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about it. It's as admittedly Modbury they got relegated. However, when you look at the way they lost games this season, they had one of the best defences in the league.
Yeah.
They just couldn't score at the other end, and that really hurt them in the end.
Yeah. It's and getting relegated when you win the last game 5-0 as well.
It's hard. That's very hard.
It's hard on them.
It is, yes. But they'll bounce back. They're a club that has suffered relegation in the past and bounced back, and I'm sure it'll be no different this time.
I'm sure
as they go along.
Heard a lot of good things about Modbury.
Yeah,
got to talk to a couple of their players, Hendo in particular.
Yep.
So I'm sure they will bounce back right away.
No, you're exactly right there. They've got a great group of lads, and I know a number of them, and I can't say a bad word about any of them because they're all good lads. Here's Classon Thomas, as he's met with by Mapore, and Mapore comes away with it and sends Slattery on his way, but he sends that one out. But yeah, no, the Modbury boys are fantastic, and I've played against Hendo and many times in my career, and because he was a youngster when I was playing. He's now one of the more older heads.
Yeah.
As Croydon have only a couple of older heads in their side, likes of Klimek, whereas and the likes of Andre Carl, who are on the other side of 30, whereas Birkalla are a little bit more experienced in that regard when you've got the likes of Harpers, Anajanto, Welsh, Matsumoto.
Yeah.
And again, Anajanto, only 33, it seems like he's been around a long time, but that's because he started when he was so young. I remember playing with him at Olympic back in 2011 or 12, I think it was, 2010.
Long time ago.
So he's had a stellar career as well. As Mapore goes along, looking for Slattery, but Matsumoto will pick that one up.
That's the thing against Birkalla. It's such a hard team to play against, I found, when we faced them, because they're so experienced, so well organized, and in finals football, it's, we said it earlier, it's a 50-50 every game.
Yep.
So it's with their experience, they can use that in their favor. and you got to be able to take those couple of moments they give you, so that you don't have to worry about, I don't know, let's say 60 minute 0-0 tie game, and at the end of the day they're good players, not just experienced. So
no, that's exactly right. I mean, Welsh has won.
It's all about that.
Won the best player award for the league numerous times. Here's Passy John on the left and sends that one high, wide, and handsome, and that's going to go over the back fence.
Bit of a crowd today.
I was just going to say the same thing. Great minds think alike. It's a great crowd today. We've got a lot of the comments in Adelaide City, people here due to the reserves game going into penalties, which Comets won on penalties. But a lot of the crowd, the bleachers are full. The grandstand, I'm starting to sound American, Lorenzo, in the bleachers.
Influence.
The grandstand is pretty full, and there's people all the way along the fence line, which is great to see. It's a great day for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
As Harpers goes long, finds Anna Janto onto Becker and eventually finds its way through to... No. Assistant referee on the far side has flagged that one. Has gone out. And that looks like it's Jaden Betterman on the far side, who is backing up his last night's performance in the State League 2 promotion playoff. Being the man in the middle, he's now the man on the sideline today. And Eastern United taking the 2-0 win there. Did you get a chance to see any of that game, Lorenzo?
I did not, unfortunately. Congratulations to Eastern United, first and foremost, but I did not get a chance to watch the game. What did I do yesterday? I don't remember, but Friday night.
You're young, mate. I wouldn't expect you to be watching football.
Nah, but we had training in the morning, so I couldn't go out.
Here's Martinello on the ball. Passy John hits it with his left. Blocked by Jurjevic. That's a courageous block, that one there.
Very good block.
Here's Styles looking for Polly. Conway tracks all the way back and clears that one. As Croydon have probably got the upper hand at the moment.
They do. And especially with Pazia Jones the last couple of minutes on the right-hand side. They started more aggressive with Polly and Slattery, in the first 10, and now they're using Pazia Jones a bit more. That looks onside.
Yes, flagged early there. Weren't allowed to get onto that one as Walsh looked to play him through.
Yep. It's more Croydon with the possession and Birkalla trying to hurt him
on the
transition.
Yeah, definitely. And I've noticed that Berks play that way a lot. Like I said, I watched a lot of their games, and they will look to sit in, defend, and then when they counter, they'll look to go as quickly as they can.
They're dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Very dangerous. They do.
Especially with the likes of Conway, who's sitting on the right wing.
Yeah.
He's their leading goal scorer this year, so he knows where the goals are, and he's quick. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's the switch looking for Passy John. Keeps it in play. He's met by Anajano. He's beaten him. And he cuts inside into the box. Goes back to Styles, but cut out by Devereux. And he releases Blackwood. And here we go. Transition. Blackwood goes to Klassen Thomas. He's met by Bulmer Paul. Cut in onto his left. And tries to curl at far post, but doesn't get enough on it. And Margush happy to take that one.
First opportunity for Birkalla, and as we were speaking about counters, that's exactly what happened. So Croydon has to be very careful because they had the potential 3v2 in their favor, Birkalla, and we know they can be very dangerous when they have these counters.
See what happens out of that one. It's a throw in. It's Klimek left. Vivian a little bit short there. Like I said, a big crowd here today of Comets supporters, of Adelaide City supporters, and plenty of coaches from different clubs here as well.
Good mix.
It is a great. I did see Robbie Saraceno from Fulham here a little bit earlier. Madge Ibrahim from formerly of Vipers is here watching. So plenty of coaches around the place all eyeing off this game, and I dare say tomorrow's game will be just as big, Lorenzo. I dare say there'll be a lot of people there.
Hopefully so. It's going to be a big game. We know how good United is. So hopefully we'll get the edge.
I can't play any favourites. I try not to.
Of course not. I can.
I was going to say, you can, that's fine. Here's Bowling before. He looks to release Slattery. He crosses and does so first time, and Harpers comes out and claims and releases early.
One of the best keepers in the league, Harpers.
He's had a fantastic year, Mr. Consistent. He
was injured for a couple of games.
The only downside he had this year was he missed a few games through injury. That's for sure. But he's up. It's funny enough. It's for me, two of the best keepers for this season are playing today.
I agree.
In Daniel Margouche, and I'm not saying any of the keepers are bad. I'm just saying that those two have probably been my highlights this year.
Yeah.
I mean, all the keepers that are playing in finals have all had stellar years, to be honest. Here's Welsh looking to release Becker and does so.
4v3.
He crosses, looks for Blackwood at the far post, but Polly cuts that one out.
Birkalla has to find a way to create something in these situations. Because even now, they were 4v3. They just played that hopeful ball in the middle, hoping for something to happen. But that's, I think they will figure it out and be more dangerous in the other chances they'll have. But as of right now, not too much to worry about for Margouche.
Here's Blackwood looking to get Conway in behind, but Margouche comes out and claims. And as I said, these two clubs have played many times in the past. I was going back through my stats. Here's Hisamoto looking for Slattery. Hisamoto's gone down.
Bad challenge now.
And Devereaux's going to go in the book for that and does so. First booking for the day. And that goes in the way of Devereaux.
Look back from behind as the ball was leaving Misamoto's foot. One of my favorite players, Misamoto. Can I say?
You can say whatever you like, mate.
I like him. I like how he plays. Very, very attached to the strikers, but at the same time helps the midfielders. Very, very good player.
I liked the partnership that he'd formed with Greco during, which I did get to see a bit of earlier in this year. But Greco is finally back from injury today. He's sitting on the bench, which is great news for Croydon to get him back at this time of the season.
Yeah,
especially if they can get through today.
Absolutely.
It's
a big loss for them if they don't get him back to 100%.
Yeah, he certainly. I've really enjoyed watching him. He dictates the play for Croydon. He determines how well they play. He determines the speed of the game and everything. So he is fantastic to watch. And like I said, he got such a good partnership with Hisamoto in that midfield, just combining.
Martinello as well.
Yep,
they're
a good balance.
Yep. They complete each other.
I love that. As I say, those stats, as I said, the clubs, I went back to 2014 in the end, and I stopped there. I was like, this is going to go forever if I keep going. But 2025, 2022, 2020, 2022, 2018, 2017, 2016, the ball swung in by Polly. And Martinello there again, unable to direct that one.
Seems to get every header, eh?
He does.
Martinello.
2017, 2016, 2015, 2014. I went back that far just to see results and things like that. And the scary part is every time I look through the lineups, there's some names, Klimek, Rosali, all the same names coming up. But what was fascinating as well, and I didn't know this, was Alan Welsh was on the Croydon lineup back in 2014.
Wow.
And I think 2015, yes. And then obviously one of the assistant coaches for Croydon, in Mickey Doyle, he was playing back then as well. And he's now on the coaching staff alongside George Tsonis. And Tony Saka, and obviously coaching for Birkalla is Stav Galekis.
These are all things that I didn't know.
Oh, this is what we're here for.
Exactly
this is
right.
what we're here for. And like I said, the 98 was the last time these two teams met in the top flight final series. The major semi-final was played at Highmarsh, which they used to play all the finals at Highmarsh, the semis, the major, the minor semis, and the grand final. As Carson Thomas wins the free kick there. It was played at Highmarsh Stadium, Birkalla 3, Croydon 3. It finished on penalties in the major semi-final to the way of Croydon. Goal scorers that day for Birkalla, Trimboli, not the one that's playing today, and not the one that's in your team. We're talking Jason Trimboli, one of the all-time greats of SA football, and Barbaro the scores there. And then for Croydon, an absolute club legend in Kerno was on the score sheet with Piotrovsky as well. And like I said, finished 10-9 in the way of Croydon as this ball swung in by Devereaux.
Good ball.
Gets all the way through.
He's in there.
Klimik's able to clear only as far as Welsh. Welsh looks to cross and does so. Cleared again by Klimik. And then that wasn't the last time, that wasn't the very last game of finals, because they then met in the grand final that year as well. So after the major, Birkalla went up against Campbelltown in the prelim final, and Jason Trimboli scored another 2 that day to send them into the grand final against Croydon. And I'll get to the story of that one in just a second, as it's a long throw in and Mapor clears that one out for, I think, Birkalla's first corner of the game.
Yep.
And then the grand final finished 0-0. And then back then we played golden goal. And the only info I cannot find out, I could not find who was the scorer of that golden goal for Birkalla, who did end up winning at 1-0. So Croydon had the upper hand and then unfortunately couldn't make it count in the grand final that year, as Devereaux swings this one in near post, goes all the way through, and it's gone over the bar, and I'm not even sure who ended up getting a head on that. I think it might have been Jujevic.
Yeah, looks like.
What an effort that was there for Birkalla.
Birkalla's been good the past 5 minutes while we were talking about the past fixtures. They're putting more pressure on Croydon when they have the ball, a little bit of a higher line defensively. So it'll be interesting. Oh, good touch by Mizumoto there.
And here's Styles now, able to run at the back line of Birkalla, and he decides to shoot, takes a slight deflection and goes wide out for a corner. And that deflection had Harpers worried.
Started from Mapor with the drive and the pass to Mizumoto, then good touch by Japanese import, which opened up a lot of space for the young Croydon midfielder.
He is young Ned Styles. Well, as far as I'm concerned, everyone's young compared to me, so... As the ball swung in, goes all the way through to Klimik at the far post, and he's unable to guide that into the back of the net.
Very good ball by Polly.
That's a wonderful ball. Klimik unable to get that goal bound.
Fullback to fullback.
Yeah, and what was funny was it was Klimik on the left as well.
And Polly on the right, taking the corner. Very entertaining game so far. First half of the first half.
Yeah, it has been good.
Yep.
If you're tuning in on the FSA League's YouTube channel, our NPLSA final series presented by ServiceFM. Quick, here's Welsh. And scoreboard update for State League 1. HPG Home State League 1 finals is kicking off today as well. Here's Slattery, stopped by Jujevic. Score thanks to Sportal. One more LED and Sportal scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. Salisbury and Blue Eagles are 0-0 at the moment. Passy John can only hit Matsumoto, and he clears to Becker. Looks like Becker and Conway have switched sides for the minute, and Conway's now away. Here's Anajanto. Looks to cross and does so, but Bowman paws there, and he clears. Seems to be a one-man wall at the moment for Croydon.
When you look at him, he's kind of a wall.
I wasn't saying he's a big boy.
It's a big wall.
He's a big man, that's for sure. So here's Slattery. Looks to find Hisamoto inside, but can't, and it goes out for another corner.
Very dangerous on corners, Croydon. On set pieces, they got good delivery in Misamoto, I think, on the left side.
Yep.
And Polly on the right, swinging towards the goal. It's always a tricky one for, in this case, Harpers. It's always hard to judge crosses if you're a keeper, no matter who's taking from where. My brother's a goalie, by the way.
Is he?
Yeah, that's why I feel like I can.
You can comment on it.
Comment on it, exactly. Because I have a lot of feedback from it.
Here's LeCornu, hassled by Trimboli in the corner. And if you love the game, why not study it? Flinders University now offers degrees in sport, teaching, psychology, social work and more at its new city campus. Apply now for mid-year entry.
Push there. Didn't call.
As play resumes, Tom Brinkworth has said no, let's keep moving, as looks like Conway's down for the minute and he's struggling and his play will stop just to check on him.
I think it got sandwiched in between of, I think it was Martinello and maybe Laporte.
I hope it wasn't Laporte, because that's a wall and a wall there.
Yeah. Yeah. He's up and running, so it's nothing major, thankfully.
Conway's certainly one to push through things. I've seen him get hit in the past and get himself back up and keep going. Goes long. The Cornu gets there first. Claston Thomas offside. Speaking of players that are on the team sheet for Croydon, LeCornu, going back those many years as well, was actually on the team sheet for Birkalla. He did leave for a little while, obviously went to Comets and then has returned. Oh! And Harper steals with that one eventually.
Be tricky. That's exactly what I was telling you.
He deals with it eventually and gets the ball moving. Here's LeCornu. Cut out. Here's Trimboli. He's
offside.
In. That is offside.
It was offside. Gotta be careful, Birkalla. They're not good at it, but they're not really a team that plays out of the back. And Croydon puts a lot of pressure with Trimboli, Misamoto, the two midfielders. They have to be very careful there. You don't want to go down 2-0 at halftime.
That's exactly right.
That would be not impossible, but very difficult to come back from in a game like this.
And that's the thing I have noticed is, as you said, they're going short and they're not a team to play short that often. And I did commentate a lot of their games. So here is Hisamoto out to Pasir John. Into the box. Shoots. Harper's down well to his right and saves. But they never really played, all the games I commentated, they didn't really play a lot out of the back. It was a lot of the time they would look for those players like Claston Thomas to hold the ball up. Yep. As he looks for Conway, but it's cut out. So it surprised me they've tried to go short. Maybe they're trying to draw Croydon in a little bit, then look to go long.
Yeah, possible.
And try and find Conway in behind. Here is Trimboli for Croydon. Clemic will happily go all the way back to Daniel Margush, who was my pick for goalkeeper of the year, so hopefully that comes right. I'll get something right this year because my tipping has been terrible.
Yeah, I've seen your guys tipping for the ladder at the end of the year.
Mine was terrible. I got one right. That was it.
It wasn't. Yeah, but not that the other guys, Alessio and
no, we didn't do that well. No,
well.
That's for sure.
But again, it was such an unpredictable year.
It has been. It certainly has been.
Even talking when I first got here, Modbury and finished second or third last year, and with the same team pretty much.
Yep.
Ended up in the position of being relegated. Croydon, I don't think anybody expected them to.
No, well they finished a lot lower in the table. They were I think they finished 8th or 9th last season. I think maybe. Here's Pasir John on the outside, cuts it across and cleared by LeCornu. So yeah, it has been a very
Campbelltown as well.
Yep, they've fallen off a little bit this year. Transition for them with a new coach this year.
Yeah, but, every team has those years where you're kind of changing a bit. Daniel, the coach, retired. I heard it was the guy.
He's just a fantastic player, and he was their linchpin at the back. Very similar to what a Bowl McCaw is for Croydon these days. That linchpin at the back, and a Cooper Nunn for you guys. Yeah. It's just that linchpin at the back. You rely on him every week, and he just gets the job done. But he also helps the other players around him. So losing a player like that is a big loss for a team like Campbelltown. But I think they'll be back bigger and better next year.
Yeah, hopefully. It's a big club for South Australia. So, and they just picked up LC now. They will be playing the whole year next year.
Exactly, yes.
They had a bit of injuries.
They did, yeah, especially in the
beginning
back
of the
line.
year. Yes,
especially the back line, yep.
So it was a bit of a difficult year for them.
And then again, and then continuing that, you look at Comets as well, and they've been such a finals sort of regular the past few years, and they missed out this year. So it's good for the league, because the fact is it means that all the teams are improving. All the teams are getting better, and obviously Beergrad now for the first time in 21 years are playing finals football.
Yeah, even Playford coming from State League 1.
They were excellent.
Were in playoffs the whole year, and then the last game they lost out. Birkalla won.
They lost out on
That's
effectively
football.
the last day.
That's football at the end of the day. But they had a great year, I thought.
Yeah.
And you can't go from nothing to everything.
Exactly
all at once,
right. That's it. It's a building process, and Playford have certainly been building for a number of years. I mean, Ben Moore's been there now for 7 or 8 years, and slowly building, and now they've got to the top tier. And I tell you what, if you'd have said to Ben Moore at the start of the year, you just miss out on finals, he would have said, yeah, we'll take that. Knowing that you come up from State League 1, it's such a hard league to then stay in once you get into the NPL.
Yeah.
So, and they'll look to build on next year. Here's Conway. Does keep it in on the far side.
As we were talking, they had a nice build-up from the back, Birkalla, which, again, we're not used to seeing very much of it. Then came to nothing, but they went over the pressure of Croydon very, very nicely with a couple of good touches in the middle.
They did, and they started, and that's the thing, they're starting to get their foothold in the game.
Yep.
They're probably, the last 10, 15, have started slowly getting that foothold in and starting to make it count that they've got possession. As like I said, there's everyone's. I have to admit, there's a lot of former players here today watching this game.
Yeah.
As I just seen Barney Smith rock up alongside Julian Torrenson, former goalkeeper of Birkalla and Comets.
Nice kill.
Here's Slattery down the line. He looks to cross and does so, and Harpus is going to see that one go over his head and falls to John. John onto his left, back to Styles. Styles looks to shoot, blocked by Devereaux. Blackwood gets there first. Classon Thomas looks to find him, but can't, and here's passage John for Croydon. Let's have a slow it down, goes inside to Martinello. Great little 1-2 play there. And he goes down in the box, and Brinkworth pointed to the spot. Croydon penalty.
I was about to say, we haven't seen much of Pazia Jones the first 30 minutes, and he wins the penalty. So
he comes alive in the box.
Yeah,
he certainly does, and he's been doing that. He stood up this year, Passy John, for Croydon.
He's had such a good year.
He's had a great year.
9 goals, I think. Looks like he would like to take the penalty now.
Whether he can take it off Martinello. I know Martinello's taken a couple this year.
Yeah. Trimboli looks like.
Yeah, Passy John, 9 goals this year.
Klimak's taken a couple.
Yeah, and look, it does look to be Trimboli over this.
Very nice 1-2 in the box for Croydon.
Yeah, great combination play.
Between Klimak, Pazia Jones itself, and I think it was a penalty.
Certainly from our angle looked like one. And Tom gave himself a second to think about it, and then he pointed to the spot. I think he's controlled the game pretty well. We haven't had any major issues. There's been nothing really of note that he's had to make a decision. He's just let the game flow as much as he can.
Young referee too.
He is, yeah.
It's very good. I like him.
It's
we
sad
had him a couple of games.
Yep.
Beginning of the year.
Yep.
And I liked it.
No.
At the end of the day, everyone makes mistakes.
Of course
Referees,
they do.
players,
of course they do.
Commentators.
Could you imagine if we got hammered for every time a player made a mistake? There'd be 90 minutes of you just made a mistake.
Yeah.
But no, Tom. He's funny enough. I used to play at Port Pirates, and he was actually a young lad growing up there. Was a former goalkeeper himself during junior ranks. So I've known him since he was about 10 or something ridiculous. So it's great to see him taking the stage and stepping up, and he's doing really well to commentate NPL games, and he went away with as a young referee in the Australian tournament held over Sydney or Melbourne. So it's good to see, and it is Trimboli stepping up. Can Croydon make it 2-0 with 10 minutes to go before half-time and make it a larger mountain for Birkalla to climb? And he's coolly finished that bottom corner.
Very well done. Very well taken penalty. Trimboli had a great year so far. Him as well. So, very confident penalty.
That puts him up to 10 goals this season.
Double digit.
It's a great return from Trimboli, who's come into the fray a little bit more this year with Andre Carl getting injured and the likes of Bartowski and Trimboli really stepping up, and Trimboli probably taking that chance more so with 10 goals.
Yeah. Some of those goals, very, very good goals too. I think the play for game he scored, I think it was maybe a chip from 30 meters out.
Yeah, I remember that goal. That was an absolute cracking goal. It's just, it wasn't a traditional, just an absolute belter. It was just beautifully placed. As Birkalla get us underway again, and I said Birkalla now that hill's getting a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
But it's only 2-0, and as they say, 2-0 is the worst scoreline to have in the game of football.
Very
as
true.
we approach half-time. Here's Klassen Thomas.
A goal now for Berks would be very, very important to go a halftime with a 1-goal deficit. It'll feel much more of a battle rather than go down 2-0. But, as you said, 2-0, 1 goal, you're back in the game.
Yep.
With 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 minutes left.
Yep.
It's always challenging for
I'd like him to get to that point. If it's 2-1 with 10 minutes to go, the grandstand finish is what we want.
Yep.
Because then Croydon will certainly be feeling the pressure. At the moment, they're comfortable with the 2-0 lead. Here's Becker, Devereux, Klassen Thomas. He's met by Bolmapore, and he tidies up. And he's Oscar Slattery. He goes long looking for Trimboli, scorer of the second goal. Styles finds Polly in some space. He's able to look up and does so. Crosses, cleared by Jurjevic, and further cleared by Matsumoto.
And we've seen a lot of games where Croydon finished scoring 4 or 5 goals, 3, 4, 5 goals. So we know they're going to score, but they will concede some chances, and now Birkalla has to be able to take those chances to make it an even game.
Here's Slattery. He crosses far post, but behind everyone, and Passage John cleans up. He looks for Klimek, and Klimek on the underlap finds him. Cuts it back, and Trimboli can't get that one goal bound. It goes out for a goal kick. We were only saying how we don't expect Klimek to get overlap as much. Instead, he'll underlap.
Yeah, exactly
and
right.
He got on his bike and motored there, that's for sure.
Such a smart player.
He is. Great to watch.
Yeah. To be playing at the age of 36, the way he's doing it, just hat off. I wish I could still be playing at 36
I'm sure you'd be able to.
I'm not that sure.
Oh, I am.
Hopefully, yes, but...
I think I was still playing it. Was I playing it? No, I think I'd stopped playing by then.
You know what, now that I talk about a lot, is with all the artificial pitches, you will not see as many players playing
as long
as 35 or 40.
Right. I think you're right there.
Because
the likes of the players that have done so now have spent most of their year playing most of their career on grass, so they can do the last sort of 5 years on the artificial. But I think you're right, the artificial does take it out of you a lot more, I think.
Ankle, knees, lower back. It's not a good feel. I always struggle the day after with an artificial, and I'm 25. So
here's Slattery, cuts it across, and Jurjevic.
We'll see by the time I get to 36 if I'm feeling better than Klimek. Probably not.
I was lucky. I went in goal by that stage, and I only had a couple of years on artificial. So, but there's certainly didn't enjoy playing on the artificial, even as a goalkeeper. The diving hurts. I was feeling it the days after, that's for sure.
All those burns and hits.
Here is Hisimoto with the corner. One arm up. Goes near post. Cleared by Anajanto. And further by Becker. Only as far as Styles. He goes to Polly. Polly with the wand of a left foot. Looks far post and finds Hisimoto again. And I think he got away with one there. I think Conway put his head down there. But
exactly right.
Got away with it.
Exactly right.
As I was saying, there's plenty of people in this crowd, and the crowd is fantastic today, Lorenzo.
It is, but it's a beautiful day. When you texted me to do this, I was just saying to Marco, by the way, I think I'll go to the game regardless of if I'm commenting or not.
Harper's here, Styles, sorry there.
No,
go on.
All good.
You're saying to Marco, when you say Marco, you're talking about Marco Toriani of Raiders, formerly of Olympic the year before that?
Yeah. I told him I was probably going to come to the game. And then you texted me.
Yep.
And I said, well, why not? It's a good day, beautiful day outside. So, why not?
That's it. Why not get down here if you can, if you're close by?
Get a feel of finals.
That's exactly right. And that's certainly what's happening today with this crowd. There's a lot of people here to watch. And like I said, plenty of players from other clubs, coaches and former coaches and players. As I did see former Comets coach Con here earlier watching the Comets reserves play. He stepped down from the Comets job for next season.
Yep.
I see the Port Pirates coach, interim coach who finished the season with Port Pirates here as well, George Agalides. Plenty of people if you can get down for the second half. It should be an enticing second half, I think, because Birkalla will certainly come out looking to get at least one back before half-time, and then, if not very early in that second half, as we approach the 45-minute mark. What do you think, Lorenzo, that the Birkalla coach and Steve Galakis is going to say to his side at half-time?
I think they weren't doing that bad in the central part of the first half, and probably in their best moment. Oh, it's Pazzi Jones.
He's able to cross, overhits it, and Slattery's going to keep that one in, does, and finds Polly, who delivers first time, but cleared by Welsh. A foot race between Becker and Polly. Becker.
I'll finish in a second.
See,
those are the half chances that Birkalla has to take advantage of. Klimek was not in position at all, as you can see on the left side, and Conway on the right was completely free. That's a half chance that they had to take.
It's just the fact Klimek gets there first and wins it and puts pressure on. If that goes the other way, it's almost a 3v2.
Exactly right.
But as you were saying, what would you say to the boys at halftime?
I'm no coach, but they have to be a bit more aggressive. They got to step up a bit more, defensive line higher. It's a win or go home game, so there's nothing to lose. If you lose 2-0, 3-0, it doesn't make a difference.
As long as you go for it.
Exactly right. And there's going to be more chances if you play higher, press higher, be more aggressive, probably toss a striker in.
Here's Klimek. He's going to hit it and does. He caught that well, but Conway blocks.
Yep. Got a bit of help to Classic because he's been pretty isolated so far.
Yeah, and he's up against
Yeah.
Bolmapur, who's been in fine form this year, and Vivian as well, who's been no mug this year at all. He's come into the side a couple of games into the season and hasn't given his spot away at all. It's been his since he stepped in. Here's Hisimoto. John crosses but cut out and goes out for another corner right before the 45 ticks over as we move into time added. And it's all to do for Birkalla in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. They have to go for it. They have to change something at halftime. Not necessarily player-wise, but tactically, as I was saying, more aggressive, more pressure on Croydon center backs, because otherwise tough game for them.
Here's Polly with that left foot. It goes far post. And Klimik's at the far post, and he's put it in. From fullback to fullback. Klimik with the head, far post to make it 3-0 right before half-time.
Yeah, well, now it's even more complicated for Birkalla. It almost went in 20 minutes ago with Polly to Klimik. Now it did go in. Great delivery by Polly again. I think he has a couple of assists.
Yep. And that's the one thing you can expect from Polly is he did it at Olympic last year. He was their most creative player at left back last year for Olympic. And this year he's just continued it with Croydon, getting down the line. And when you've got delivery like that, beautifully well worked, everyone was drawn to that front post and Klimik was by himself.
He was. And if there's a player you can't leave by himself in the penalty in the 6-yard box, other than Bol, Mapor, it's probably Klimik.
Yep. That makes it 3-0. As we look at the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard for indoor and outdoor LEC solutions, we've also got a goal in the Salisbury United Adelaide Blue Eagles game just before half-time, and Salisbury have taken a 1-0 lead through Marchioro in the 32nd minute. So a regular goal scorer there for Salisbury from centre back is Marchioro. Birkalla now look to regroup at half-time as we do approach at half-time. We still can't be wouldn't think there's too much time added. A couple of injuries that needed some attention, but wouldn't have thought there was too much.
No. And 3 goals as well. And a couple of minutes.
Yeah, and 3 goals. That's a bit of a worry there for Birkalla.
I haven't seen much of Welsh.
No, he's been a bit quiet.
He's been a bit quiet. Yeah. But to give credit to Croydon, they've been very good in the middle.
Yep.
And the back as well. As we see Klimik running up and down like a train.
Yep. It just doesn't stop.
It does not.
Here's Passy John. But having a player like Klimik has probably allowed Passy John to have that freedom to be able to do whatever he needs to do in those more attacking positions. And you've got a Klimik sitting behind you going, okay, I'm safe as houses with him there.
It always gives the player in front more even confidence and freedom of doing pretty much whatever he wants when you have a player like Klimik at the back, all reliable.
Yep, and it shows.
Great
Passage
defenders.
on 9 goals, and couldn't tell you how many assists this year. I can't get that stat as easy as some of the others.
Yeah.
As Klassen Thomas finds Matsumoto. Martinello cuts that one out, and Brinkworth brings the first half to a close. What are your quick thoughts on the first half, Lorenzo?
Well, the scoreboard pretty much tells the story. 3-0, Croydon playing the almost perfect game. Margouche, we've seen very few of him. Overall, Birkalla has to do better in the second half if they want to turn it around or give it a chance. And Croydon, we said it, they were going to score 2-3. They're a very good scoring team. 3-0 halftime is a big lead, so I would be very surprised if they don't hold on to it.
Well, we've seen stranger things, so tune in for the second half. We're going to take a quick break. Tune in for the second half of this RA NPLSA finals match presented by ServiceFM.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes. For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Their own hands. Zarabona. This is a plethora of opponents, but gets his shot in, and that's a fine goal by Zarabona to make it 4-2. And Zarabona has 3 for the night. And what a finish!
And it's Hamish McCabe from distance. Wowee! What a goal to double the lead.
And what a night Fred Sunday's had so far, really driving that attack up front.
And now, can I do something again? And there we have it, number 4! Marlborough Jets, out of nothing! Quickly get back into it again! And it's McCabe!
It's not going to plan in the first half. That saw Parry Hills get in front. Another chance! Wow! Locked up again in the paddocks. 2-2. Puts in the penalty and wins the grand final for Campbelltown City.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability, and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Coles Mini Roos is more than just football. It is a place to find our feet, learn new skills, and meet new friends. Football starts here. Find your place. Join our team.
That's a nice shot from outside. What an effort that was.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability, and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. The tap-in or rocket to the top bins. The eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
On the back of the announcement at the celebration of football, NPLSA will be investing $50,000 into a coach education fund. $35,000 will be invested into community coach education, which will see 19 courses at club venues and over 500 community coaches. Working closely with clubs to develop and upskill coaches will strengthen the grassroots community, which will obviously benefit the football community as a whole.
It can only be beneficial because most of the clubs, most of the coaches start off just as parents, coaching their kids' teams, and they're learning on the job as much as the kids. So this would be perfect because not only would kids be getting coached, the coaches will be getting coached.
As a club, we struggle to attract good coaches, and having this sort of funding coming our way will actually allow us to sort of offer more boys and girls out there to actually coach at the club. Everything comes at a cost these days, and this award presented to our club here again will allow our average parents, supporters, players to the opportunity to come out and actually to take on coaching and to be part of it. They've got a passion about this sport and a passion about this club. They'll be able to come here now, get trained up, and actually take on the team and just move forward with us here.
The remaining $15,000 will be invested into a joint initiative with NPLSA, Adelaide United and PSV, where selected coaches and technical directors from South Australia will be given the professional development opportunity to go to PSV in October 2025.
Once you get the bug for the coaching, you love it, and you love seeing the kids improve, especially the connection to your club. You want to see the kids come through at your club, and it's just a win-win for everyone.
Welcome back to Regency Park for this RAA NPLSA Elimination Final, proudly brought to you by ServiceFM. As Croydon 3-0 to the good after goals from Trimboli, Klimek and Martinello. Nicely evenly spaced actually throughout that first half as well. One at the start, one right at the end and one in the middle. As Mr. Brinkworth, Tom Brinkworth, referee, gets us underway with Croydon kicking from left to right in their traditional white and red. And I have Lorenzo Baselli here with me again for this second half as Croydon look to get on the front foot early.
Yeah, we'll see. First 10 minutes is going to be crucial for Birds because now down 3-0 and not 2-0. They have to find an early goal for sure.
They do, and it doesn't look like there's any changes to either side at the moment. And as we said, it's not so much a personnel change for Birkalla, it's just a bit more maybe attacking brand of football they need to play. Here's Hisimoto. Forces a save out of Harpers, who gets two hands to that and pushes it out for the early corner. And will the second half start the way the first half finished, Lorenzo?
Yep, and the same way the first half started.
Yeah. Well, Polly's coming over to take this corner, which he'll swing in with his left foot. I have to admit, I do like his boots. I'm not a huge fan of red, but the brand, I'm a Mizuno man myself. I do like the Mizuno boots.
Yeah, I do too. Never had them though. So
You're missing out. Go short to Styles. Styles swings it in far post, and Hisimoto's free at the far post. And Harpers makes the save after Slattery gets a touch. And the set pieces are causing Birkalla all sorts of problems.
I was just going to say, Croydon is making the most of it out of the 3-4 corners they've had. But you wouldn't expect that because Birkalla's a pretty big team.
They are a very big side. Height-wise, yes. Physical. Yep.
That goes back to the mentality, I think. I don't know. They're much taller. It looks from here much taller than Croydon.
Yeah, they've certainly got height on their side with Blackwood, Welsh, Jejevich, Lacornia and Klassen Thomas. Would all be 6-footers at minimum. As Welsh is on the ball and gets it moving. Here's Lacornia.
And back to the mental side. It's obviously tough when you concede after 2 minutes. It's pretty much sure you go on the pitch and you're down 1-0 already.
Yep. So changes your whole game plan.
It does. But then at the same time, Birkalla hasn't created anything dangerous.
No, they haven't made Margush work at all yet.
No.
Devereaux will swing this in with his left. He's dangerous with his left foot. Goes near post. Martinello gets there first. Klassen Thomas, Welsh bounces around a little bit, and then Martinello is just happy to put his foot through that one and asks Trimboli to get on the end of it. And he does so. Now it's a foot race. And he gets there in front of Matsumoto into the box. He's by himself. He's got no support at all. Eventually gets Hisimoto on the ball. He goes wide to Slater and they'll slow it down a little bit.
Very good work by Trimboli. Won the foot race. Very smart not to force anything. Then again, it turned out to be nothing, but very good effort.
Here's Birkalla looking to play out from the back. Walsh goes inside to Blackwood. He in turn goes down the line to Becker, who keeps it in. He goes inside to Klassen Thomas, who looks for Conway, but Conway's in an offside position. And there's an early touch from Margush. One of a very few touches he's had in the game so far.
It's all about managing the game now for Croydon. They don't need to force anything. They don't need to push too many guys forward.
Here's Becker inside to Klassen Thomas. He gets past Mapaw and into the box, but cleared by Martinello. Here's Devereaux on his left. He goes wide to Conway. Conway hits it. Forces a save out of Margush, but keeper of Margouche's level, that's easy pickings.
Yeah. But it's a shot on target for Burks. Probably the first one.
It is probably actually his first one for the game, I reckon.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. Could be the first one.
Here's Klimek for Croydon. Styles. Klimek goes long, but Birkalla will clean that one up and deal with it. But Birkalla certainly need to do something. As you said, Clayton Thomas was very isolated in that first half, but it doesn't look like they've changed a great deal to fix that issue.
No. Not really. If anything, now we're seeing Klassen dropping in the middle to get a couple of passes and a couple of touches in. But I don't know how beneficial that would be.
Here's Becker back to Matsumoto. Birkalla just happy to keep the ball at the moment. Nice period of possession. Here's Conway. Devereaux, well played there from Birkalla. How we get forward? Here's Blackwood, but he's offside. But first time they've actually made it, well, probably only the second time this game they've actually been able to play around the back and play it out, Lorenzo.
Yeah, and I was just looking at Mapper in the middle. Kept the high line very well. So that's actually credit to him rather than Birkalla doing something wrong.
That's long and Jejevich gets ahead on it. Matsumoto looks to beat Slattery, but Slattery wins possession back for Croydon and looks for Polly down the line. Goes out for a throw-in on the far side.
So it's almost a back three when Croydon attacks with Klimek tucking in and Polly full on overlapping, underlapping, everything. But that has been working for them this season, so why change it now?
Well, that's exactly right. It's worked for them to get them into third position for the season, so why would you change it come finals time?
Yep.
There's the Slattery, goes line, but overhits that, and Styles is never going to catch that one unless he's Superman. Harpus looks to go long. Does go long, looking for Blackwood, but Vivian gets there first. Blackwood to Welsh. Welsh goes wide to Devereaux. Devereaux is able to go in behind, finds Conway. Birkalla, promising position here. Goes back to Devereaux, who looks to swing it in and does, but that man, Martinello, blocks that cross. Glad I'm not having to pick a man of the match today.
Well, Martinello surely out there.
Alongside Bolmapur, who's been an outstanding defensive player today. Here's Hisimoto, Slattery. Croydon look to transition quickly. Slattery gets past one. He gets inside onto his right, goes outside to Polly. Polly able to cross, finds Stromboli. Stromboli, little flick, and Harpus gets up high to reach it. But great little play there from Croydon.
Yep. Great counter. Didn't turn out to be a goal, but another chance. They win the ball back again. No.
Good battle there between Welsh and Martinello, and Welsh wins out. It's interesting to see Croydon on the transition this time. We've sort of expected it a little bit from Birkalla in this game, but Croydon can show that when the time needs to transition, they can do it.
Nice switch.
Beautiful ball there from McCorney out to Matsumoto, but can't find Klassen Thomas. And again, it's just that final third. It's just letting him down a little bit.
It is. It is. Once you get there, you have to make something happen. Let's see now.
Here's Klassen Thomas. Looks for Conway behind him. Finds him. Conway hits and flagged offside by the assistant referee on the far side. Margouche with a great save, not knowing that it was offside.
Yep. But once again, the Croydon back line staying high, not dropping back all together, which is the most important thing for defenders. So very, very good job by them.
Like very disciplined.
Yep. Yep.
Margaret goes along looking for Passy John on this near side. He's able to bring it under control and turn. Finds Styles. Styles seems to be running for days. He's able to cross, cleared by LeCornu.
He's having a good game too. Him and Martinelli in the middle.
Yeah, they've really controlled the middle of the park.
Absolutely.
Here's Passy John inside to Hisimoto. Klimek. John. So Vivian, and he'll go back to Maport, who will probably swing it out to Polly. Nope. Decides to bring it back this way. Goes inside to Hisimoto. Good ball possession here from Croydon.
All done.
Play. Here's Passage on him, trying to get in behind Angiano, and does so. He's in the box. Cuts it back to Trimboli. Trimboli finishes to make it 4-0 in the 56th minute.
Unbelievable goal. Possession for, I want to say, almost a minute. Didn't count the passes, but very good patient build-up to go forward. Then nothing was on, go back, and then forward again. And ultimately with Klimek through ball for Pazia Jones, and then Trimboli again with his brace for the day.
And that hill is now certainly a mountain for Birkalla to try and get themselves anything out of this game now.
Yeah, you think it's over now. 4-0 with a bit more than 30 minutes to go.
Still 30 minutes to go. We could see a grandstand finish, but it is asking a lot of Birkalla, who haven't really offered a great deal going forward in that final third.
Exactly right. At the moment, it doesn't look like it. It could happen, obviously.
Oh, anything can happen in this game. We saw it last week in State League 2. In the HBG Home State League 2, we saw Garn go 5-0 up against Northern Demons by half-time, and then the game finished at 5-all. And, and from what I heard as well, it's Northern Demons had an opportunity to score a winner in the dying moments of the game to make it 6-5, but couldn't convert. So
I did not know that.
Yeah, here's Conway, looks inside to Blackwood. Blackwood in the box, but he's met by Bolmapore. Here's Anajanto able to cross. Hangs one up and cleared by Polly. And then further by Klimek. And here's Trimboli helping out his defence. As Passy John now with the ball. 1v1 against LeCornu. He looks to shoot. Looks for over Harpus, but Harpus gets back well and deals with that one very well in the end, as he would have been looking into the sun. I actually initially thought that ball was he was looking for Hisimoto on the far side, but then I realised he'd actually had a shot. Good thinking there.
Yeah, looked like it was going in as well, if it wasn't for Harpus.
As that ball is too much for Conway, and you just see there that when that ball went through, Andy Janto and Conway both looked at each other, and you could just see their shoulders slump. And it's not a good sign for Birkalla for the remainder of this game.
Body language, but I don't blame them. 4-0 down. It's a very tough game. You know, it's Croydon's fully deserved the lead, and Birkalla really hasn't tested Margouche at all.
So as things stand at this present moment in time, it would be Croydon will be playing against Adelaide City.
Yep.
There's a little ball over the top. Here's Conway. Out comes Margouche and deals with that one. I think that's the first real dangerous position he's been in today.
Yeah, he's dealt with it very nicely.
And then the winner of, depending on who wins tomorrow, things could change. Metro will play the lowest ranked team, so it'll be the Metro will play FKB Great or Adelaide United. Depending on the winner of that game tomorrow, which you can tune into on the FSA League's YouTube channel at 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. Or make your way down to One Solution Park, Frank Mitchell.
That's a better option.
It is a better option. You can get some food. You can watch a great game of football on a Sunday evening. And you can see our man Lorenzo Baselli doing his thing with 4 assists last week in the last round of the regular season. To go along with Anthony Trimboli's hat-trick of goals. About a hat-trick of assists and a hat-trick of goals, all in one game. What a great way it was for FK Beograd to finish their 22
Definitely.
games.
Definitely.
Going
To get
into
some
finals.
momentum. Momentum for the finals. It was good. We had a couple of up and downs in the last few games. So it was definitely good to end on a high going into playoffs.
Here's Conway. Waits for Matsumoto's run. Back to Conway. Crosses. Behind Devereaux. Devereaux is able to get it on his left. Goes outside to Blackwood. Blackwood hits and blocked by Vivian there. The ball goes out for a corner. There's still no movement. It looks like Birkalla are now looking to make their first change of the game. They are going to the bench, and it's Conway making way along with Devereaux. Looks like Christophilos will come on. It is.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for another player to turn around so I can see what number it is, but the ball's swung in by Anajanto near post. It goes all the way through, and
There it is, 35.
35.
You asked for it? You
I know,
had it.
just as I asked for it, he turns and I can see who that is, and it's Sakonis has come on. With that change, you'll see a slight change in the way they line up, because what that will now do is they'll push Anajanto into the middle of the park alongside Welsh and Anajanto. Christophilos will go in at left back. No, they've pushed actually Anajanto out to left, out onto the wing.
Yeah.
Where he used to play when he was younger. Back in his Olympic days, he used to play as a left winger. As that's a switch from the corner, you're looking for Matsumoto, and it's a foot race between him and Polly. Polly gets there first, and he's going to try and see that out, and does so, and wins the goal kick.
Yep.
I also think they need something more than just a couple of change of players. They need something to spark them into life, Lorenzo.
I agree. Not so as in players change, but as in way of playing.
Yep, they need to throw something at Croydon. They need to raise the intensity and try and put them under a little bit of pressure at the back.
Yep.
Try and force them to make a mistake.
It's been very comfortable afternoon so far for Margush and Vivian. Not so for Ball, who had a couple of... he had to make a couple of good challenges.
He did, yes.
And to his credit, he did limit Klassen.
It's been a good battle between those two.
Yeah.
They've both had, at moments, had the upper hand slightly. It's been a great battle for the viewer that likes to see a good one-on-one battle between a striker and the defender, that's for sure.
Yep.
Here's Styles. Isamoto. Passia John.
Such a disciplined player, Isamoto.
Yeah.
Knows when to play forward, backwards,
Yeah.
kind of controlling Croydon's rhythm.
Yep.
Um,
That's what
with the
I'm
ball.
saying with him and Greco, that you could see why they would win so many midfield battles, because they just control the midfield between the two of them.
Yeah.
And I do like his boots, to be fair.
You're a fan, huh?
I finished my career wearing Mizunos, but they don't make the Mizunos I wore, they don't make them anymore.
No?
Here's Sladery, unable to get the cross in as Jurjevic blocks it. Yeah, they used to make and Michele Listella, who's a friend of ours and coaches the girls NTC, he was a fan of the Mizuno Wave Ignitus. They were a Predator equivalent for Mizuno, but they stopped making them. But they
What
were
colour?
Oh mate, I had two pairs. I had white with red and white with black. But they were a fantastic boot, so comfortable. And I can see why so many players are now starting to. They're starting to become not that model, but Mizunos in general starting to become more and more noticeable in the A leagues and the local NPL leagues, because they are just so comfortable to wear.
Yeah, they are. I think I'm gonna try them soon.
Oh, you've got to. You'll
because I've heard only good things about it.
Yes, they are a very good boot. As that ball's flicked around from Blackwood to Becker, and Becker keeps it in on the far side. He's up against Bolmapoy, gets into the box, looks to cross and does so, but straight into the arms of Margouche. And a quick, round the grounds. One World LED and Sportal scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. It is still 1-0 between Salisbury and Adelaide Blue Eagles in their elimination final in the HPG Home State League 1. And if you love the game, why not study it? Flinders University now offers degrees in sport, teaching, psychology, social work and more at its new city campus. Applied now for mid-year entry. As Clement looks down the line to Hisamoto, who's free, and he's up against Christophilos. And he gets round Christophilos and crosses it, but it's behind everyone, and Sakonis comes away with it for Birkalla. There's a shot from Styles goes over. And Lorenzo, you were in the States. Did you study while you were there?
I did.
What did you study?
Physical therapy.
Hey, is that what you do here?
I do not, no. I have to, it's not getting recognized outside the US.
Okay.
So I would have to finish the master.
Yep.
Or start again somewhere else.
Yep.
But it's something I will eventually do.
It'll be a great option for you to, as Trimboli picks it up here and plays in passage John, who's onside. Christophilos gets back and does well.
Yep.
But that's something for you to look into. Lorenzo, keep your stay here in Adelaide longer and keep gracing us in the NPL, NPLSA, Brett, presented by ServiceFM.
I was just thinking about it. As you said, sport degree and everything. Could be an option.
Could be an option for you. Like I said, it will allow you to grace our NPL for a longer period of time and maybe
treat myself.
Maybe win some trophies with FK Beergrad.
That'd be nice. Even now, after making finals for Klassen.
Here's Klassen Thomas, able to cut it across, and he goes, and Becker's there to slide it home, and it makes it 4-1.
Let's see now.
There's life in this game yet.
There is. Let's see. Let's see what the Croydon reaction is, the Birkalla, if they keep it going. But one sniff of a chance for Klassen, and makes the most of it. Assisting Becker, I think it was. Yeah.
It was, yes. Who had to throw himself at that one to get across, but he did so well and did well to keep it down. It's not easy to keep those down when you're throwing yourself across it, across those ones. So good finish there, and it's like I said, breathes a bit of life into Birkalla. Croydon can't take their foot off the gas just yet.
Not yet.
And straight onto the accelerator. Here's Slattery into the box, crosses, and cut out by Jurjevic. Croydon straight onto the attack. So certainly not taking their foot off the gas.
No.
But good play there by Birkalla to get one back.
"22 minutes left, so there's plenty of time.
Yep,
absolutely. As I think we will see Greco soon.
Here's Hisamoto. Swings this one in near post. Martinello's at the front post, but he can't direct that one goal bound. Here's Matsumoto. He finds Anagano in some space in the middle of the park. He turns into three players and wins the free kick. Better play from Birkalla.
Yep.
Let's hope we see more of that in the last 20 or so minutes.
After they conceded the fourth goal, they've been better. I don't know if it was just Croydon relaxing a bit or actually Birkalla doing a better job.
And Hisamoto releases Slattery on the far side. He's up against Jurjevic and into the box. Cuts onto his right, but he's met by Sakonis out onto his left and hits it. And he hits that one high and wide. As I just see a little Tyke running past us here in an Arsenal shirt. It's great to see with Saka on the back. Great, okay, got to get a shout out in for the Arsenal where I can and when I can. As Croydon go to the bench for the first time today, and it is the return of Greco, which I think a lot of the Croydon players and supporters will be grateful to see.
And will be Martinello, looks like, going out. Possible player of the game.
Yep, certainly he was excellent today, controlled everything for Croydon, and also got their day off, started off on the right foot with that early goal. And Oscar Slattery makes way as well. And once the player turns around, I'll find out who that is. I reckon it might be Alexander Good coming on to replace Oscar Slattery. It was nice for Croydon to be able to rest the likes of Martinello and bring on a player like Greco.
Yeah.
Who again, like I said, as we said, has been a driving force for Croydon in controlling that midfield. And there he is there getting a foot in. His brother's playing at Fulham, who are in with a shout of getting promoted this year, finishing second.
We played them in the cup.
He did,
He almost knocked us out.
That's right, yes. I do remember that.
Yeah.
That is going back a few months now, scarily.
Yeah, I know. Feels like yesterday.
The start of the season felt like yesterday for me.
Yeah, they were a good side, Fulham. Very good at set pieces.
Yep. Robbie Saraceno's done a great job with them there, and he's built up over a couple of years. So it'll be interesting to see how they get on in finals. As the last time they played finals, and this is only memory, I do not know, I have the stats in front of me, but working from memory, was the State League 2 final series in 2017. I don't think they've been relegated and then gone back up. I think they've stayed in State League 1 since. Here's Trimboli for the hat-trick, and that goes wide. I think Fulham, once they went up with Seaford in 2017, they've stayed up since and been able to build off that. And I think, like I said, I would need to check the stats, but that's just going from memory. I'm not sure how good my memory is sometimes. Here's Jurjevic, goes long, looking for Klassen Thomas in behind. Finds Becker instead, and he's into the box. Can't shake Mapor. Goes inside, here's Blackwood. He's able to get goal side, and he goes back out to Becker, who gets the better of Mapor that time, and crosses. And there's Anagano, and saved from Margouche.
What a save. What a save.
Cleared by Greco.
We didn't mention Margouche's name too often today, but
that's what you want from your keeper.
Exactly
Quiet day,
right.
and then to come up with a save like that when...
And 4-2 with 20 minutes left.
Makes a big difference.
Yeah.
And for all intents and purposes, I thought Anagento put that in the back of the net.
So did I.
From that distance, I thought, that's it. Anagento on the head, that's in. And somehow Margouche with the save of the game. He's good. Finds Hisamoto on the left. Blocked by Jurjevic. Cleared by Welsh.
Save.
I do love seeing a save like that made. Here's Blackwood. He's able to release Klassen Thomas. They've got some space now. Klassen Thomas cuts inside on the right, hits it. Margouche down low and saves.
It's much better from Birkalla now, and you wonder if it's too late to bring the game to a level where Croydon will be a bit scared. Because 4-1 still a comfortable lead.
It is. But 4-2.
But 4-2,
different story.
Exactly. So we'll see what goes on in the next 5 to 10 minutes.
Yep.
But if Birkalla gets another goal, then it's a whole different game.
Game on. As we just wait for the trainer to come out, Styles has gone down. So we'll just see if he's able to continue as Birkalla look to be readying another substitute. Croydon, look to be readying another substitution. Looks like it's Andre Carl getting himself ready.
Probably just cramping for Styles.
He has covered a lot of blades of plastic out there today. I would say grass, but we know it's not grass, so he's covered a lot of plastic today.
He did. He played a very, very good, solid game.
He has
winning battles in the middle.
Partner alongside Martinello. They've just controlled that midfield today.
Yep.
It does look like they might take off, as it looks like Junior David is also getting himself ready. So we'll keep you updated on that. But
the dirty job, they call it, for Styles.
It's the job nobody wants to do.
Exactly right. But someone has to, and
that's it. Exactly
that was
right.
Styles today.
And he did it fantastically.
He did. Credit to him.
As it does look like he's going to make way. As they are bringing on Andre Carl. It looks to be Trimboli making way, so he's not going to get his hat trick today.
He'll take 2 in the win, I think.
That's for sure. So yes, it is Junior David coming on. Andre Carl, who's had an interrupted season this year with injuries, still scored 5 goals. And I dare say what that will now do is they'll push Junior David to right back, and they'll bring Klimek into the holding role alongside Greco for the remainder of the game.
That's what it looks like. And when you have those many options in the middle, it just...
Yep. It's a scary thought.
Yeah.
It's a scary thought.
So now you started with Martinello and Styles in the middle, and you finished the game with Greco and Klimek.
It's not a bad way of working it. And you can bring on someone like Andre Carl, who's been a talisman for Croydon the last couple of seasons in his goal-scoring feats. As that's Mason Ayubi getting going on. He's also come on. It looks like he's replaced... We'll try and work that one out now. Didn't see him come on. So I'll work that one out and I'll let you know who has come off. As Anagento will go for the long throw, looking for Klassen Thomas. Finds him. He's able to turn. Can't get a shot away just yet. Goes back and hit there by Ayubi, and it's over the bar.
Good work by Klassen once again. He's, despite being against the Mapper the whole game, he's done fairly good. Turning, twisting, and holding the ball up, finding teammates. As we saw the assist for the one and only Birkalla goal. It's done well.
Also taken off Matsumoto. There's a collision there, and Junior David felt the brunt of that one. As Capello has also come on for Birkalla in that change. He's gone in at right back for Matsumoto. I think it was Becker that made way. As that's over the court, he gets a touch on that, and Harpers will come out and collect. It looks like they've taken off Becker, the goal scorer. And Ayubi has gone on. Going line, looking for Capello on that far side, and Polly cuts that out. Here's Blackwood. Leaves that short, and Good gets there first. Just trying to see if, with those changes, if they've changed their shape. And it looks like they've gone to a little bit more of a 4-4-2 almost. Ball comes in, far post. Margouche comes out, gets a punch, and Passia John's able to clear, but not convincingly, and it's gone to Sakonis, but his touch is a little loose, and Good for Croydon comes away with it.
Back, very smart. No need to force, push, go for a 5th goal. lost him.
Sakonis looking for Ayubi in behind. Gets a good first touch, but can't bring it under a spell with the second, and Croydon clear. They're under a little bit of pressure at the moment. They're just unable to keep the ball.
Yeah, very confusing 35, 40 seconds of the game.
Nice little ball there. Here's Capello. Goes inside. He goes back to Welsh. Welsh crosses. Here's Blackwood. He's able to hit it and does so, and it's snatches at it and it goes wide of Margouche's upright. So still trying to work out how they're lining up now that they've made those changes.
Yeah, we'll have a better idea now with the goal kick. I think they're still playing
a 4-3-3,
4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, whatever you want to call.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's hard to.
It is
to find.
Ayubi's come more of this left side end. Gento's gone into the midfield.
Yeah.
Here's Lacornu. Ayubi unable to keep the ball, Burks, and there's John Klimek telling Junior David to get on his bike, and he does so, and he gets there first and doesn't quite get the touch he needed, and Lacornu cleans up. But if Lacornu didn't win that, Junior David's in there, as we've got a goal in the HBG Home State League 1 thanks to One World LED and Sportal scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. And Adelaide Blue Eagles have got the equaliser in the 76th minute. Christophelos clears. Blackwood does well there and goes to Welsh. Here's Ayubi. Blackwood. Klassen Thomas is able to turn and find Sakonis in some space, and he looks for Capello but can't find him. Very important cut out there.
Yep. Very important defensive action by, I think it was good.
Was it good, or did it look like it was good? And yeah, get you eventually.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Greco on the ball. Gives it away, and here's Capello. Jurjevic gives it away, and here's Klimek playing up higher in the park at the moment. Goes inside and finds Andre Carl. He in turn finds Passia John. And he hits it across goal and out for a goal kick. He's certainly not giving up yet. Certainly wants that goal. And he earned the first goal. He earned the penalty that led to the first goal. The second goal, that Trimboli scored. As Martinello gave us the lead in the second minute of the game. As Harpers will look to go long, and does so. Very long, looking for Klassen Thomas. Battle there with Mapor. Mapor wins that one.
Great battle.
It's been fantastic all day.
Yeah.
As not bad for a young lad like Klassen Thomas, who is only a young fella. Here's Christophelos with some space and time. He goes back to Blackwood. Welsh looks inside. Klassen Thomas with the touch, but Klimek's there and doesn't clear it properly. Vivian does in the end and wins the free kick.
Again, much better from Bergs, as in aggressiveness when they lose the ball. So I wonder if, once again, it's them changing something, or, as I said earlier, a bit of Croydon relaxing. 4-1 lead. It's pretty comfortable at this point of the game. Not trying to get injured for the next round if the results stay like this, obviously.
Junior David with the clearance. But yes, Birkalla, they just they needed this probably a little bit earlier.
Yep.
Or a lot earlier in this into this second half. Here's Klassen Thomas. Tell you what, I think Birkalla will go well to keep Klassen Thomas if they can for next season.
Absolutely.
Because there'll be possibly some of the bigger clubs looking for him. Here's Hisamoto in the middle. Runs into trouble and they can't make it count as Passy John found him with a great ball. Croydon win it back. Here's Passy John again. He looks to get into the box. He does. Cuts onto his right. Crosses, and it's gone all the way through.
No one there. But he's a motto. I thought he could have had a strike earlier in the play, or at that point find a teammate instead of trying to dribble. He went himself and got cut off at the end. But Croydon with the ball again. That's been the difference, really. Croydon lost the ball and won it back straight away, plenty of times during the game, in dangerous positions. And that led eventually to corners, that led to goals.
Yep.
It's the little things that change games.
Exactly right. And that's the thing with that, again, and we go back to it, the 1%ers, that save from Margouche to keep it at 4-1 instead of 4-2, because you never know what can happen at 4-2. That might just go, actually, we've got a sniff now. And Birkalla could work on that, but they've done just enough. That save from Margouche, another, could be a turning point. Well, it's proven to be very vital.
Yep.
As you know, as a player, when you miss an opportunity like that, or not miss it, but it's saved, you sort of go, are we going to score again? And then they start questioning themselves. Harper deals with that cross very well, and Christophelos comes away with it. Here's Claston Thomas.
Very good. We always talk about strikers and people who score. We never talk about keepers enough. And I think watching the games, Margouche won Croydon more than a couple of points.
Oh, definitely. Here's Claston Thomas, and he's can't keep that one down, and that goes over the bar. Great work there from Mason Ayubi. Can't make that one count. And again, it comes to those little things there. That's a half chance that if they could
hit the target, test Margouche.
Yep, anything's possible. We've seen it many times. I mean, look at the Metro Parahoos game in that last round. And Jando just getting booked there by Tom Brinkworth, probably saying something. We saw with the Parahoos Metro game, there was a shot by the Metro Stars player. I think it was Chittadini, and not dealt with properly, but not saved and pushed into a safe space, and Owen Windsor's able to capitalise. And it's things like that, like a simple shot on target can force a goal just purely by the keeper unable to hold it or parrying it to a
deflection.
Exactly, that's exactly right. Yes, and they just haven't been able to test Margouche enough.
Yeah,
and everything they have, he's stood up to the test so far, but it hasn't. It's been too far between those opportunities.
Exactly right.
Here's Takonis. He's able to turn and face forward. Here's Claston Thomas. Blackwood. And Vivian cuts that one out and does very well. And ball just gets out over the line. Passy John kicks that one away, and Tom Brinkworth's going to book him for that.
Bit of an unnecessary booking here.
It is. He doesn't need
to. Not that he wasn't, because he was. But on Passy John's side.
Yeah, he didn't need to do that.
No.
Here's Alex Good in space. He's able to run it. Harpus. He's up against Jujevic. Cuts inside. Gets there. Eventually cleared. I thought that was a corner, but Alex Good ended up. Tom Brickworth said that Good is the one that flicked that one out. But Birkalla needs to be careful, don't.
Yeah. Very happy Croydon to sit down and just hurt Bergs on counters right now.
Here's Ayubi down the line. Can he get there before Mapor? And no, Mapor gets there first. As we approach 89 minutes and time added, there won't be too much time added as about only an injury or two and a couple of goal celebrations. There'll be a couple of minutes of time added and a few substitutions.
Subs, yeah.
Here's Hisamoto, happy to see that one out. And we'll see if I can I'm going to keep an eye on the assistant referees to see if they indicate anything of how much time to be added?
Would be around 4. I wouldn't guess more than that.
I wouldn't have thought so. Anajanto with the throw on the far side for Birkalla. Blackwood. Clement gets his foot in and puts that one out. As we can probably safely say that Croydon will be going through to week 2 of the finals.
Yep.
With a commanding display against Birkalla, who, to be honest, would be taking this as a positive. Let's see this season as certainly a positive in coming up. They would have wanted to stay up and not be in a relegation battle. That's your first point of call when you come up, and they've certainly got themselves out of that relegation battle, which they found themselves in at the start of the year, and then to push on and make finals.
Absolutely. A good turnaround in the central part of the season for Birkalla, and to finish on a high note with playoffs or finals, sorry. Very positive season for them. Unfortunately, didn't turn out to be good today, but you can't take out all the positives you found.
A lot of positives for Birkalla moving forward
throughout the year
for this season. Something they can build upon for next.
Absolutely.
That's good. Looks to get in behind again, and Jurjevic clears. There's Lacornia. He goes long. And for Croydon, well, they go again next week. And what's been an absolute great season for Croydon and George Sonis in his first year at the club.
They'll play here again.
No, they'll play away, won't they?
Away?
I don't know. I don't know how the final system works. I know that they'll play.
I think it's usually the lower seed plays home the first
two legs in the next round. So it's actually up to the top team to choose. Here's Claston Thomas. Onto his right, gets past one, cuts it back. And
Polly on the line.
Polly saves on the line from Ayubi.
Or Margush. I
Not
couldn't
sure.
tell.
Not sure.
Because I saw Polly high-fiving Margush. So I wonder if Margush got a touch on it again.
We'll have to keep an eye on that. The ball comes in and Margush punches that one out. Not as convincingly for a corner, but no, it is. It's a home and a leg. So I would hazard the guess that it will be back here, because I dare say Adelaide City will play the second leg at home in this at home. As that Metro will take on the lowest ranked side that's remaining. This ball comes in from Anajana, goes far post. Cleared by Passia John, and further by Good. And Passia John now can open his legs if he's got anything left in him, but he certainly has. He looks to switch, but cut out by Sakonis as he looked for Andre Carl on the far side. So so Adelaide City will take on Croydon. Here's Anajanto in behind. He gets into the box, crosses, but overhits that one. It goes out for a goal kick.
Yep.
It does, yes. And Metro will take on the winner of Adelaide United and FK Beergrad tomorrow at One Solution Park, or Frank Mitchell Park, depending on which area you were born in. Which, like I said, if you can get down there to watch. Be a great game. And if you can't get there, tune in on the FSA League's YouTube channel. And you can hear all the dissection of this week's results on the One Game at a Time podcast on Wednesday night.
For a great podcast.
Thank you. I do try and get a plug in if I can. Here's Capella on the far side. Goes back to Anajanto. Goes inside to Welsh. Welsh will keep the ball. He'll eventually go back to Anajanto and does so. Anajanto will swing this one in, does. Eventually cleared by Polly, as we are in time added. So, as we said, there'll only be a few minutes. There's the corner who spreads the play and finds Christophilos. He crosses, looking for Blackwood. Vivian gets there first, and Polly clears second. As Brinkworth looks at his watch, and that's game over here at Regency Park with Croydon 4-1 winners over Birkalla in the elimination final. Lorenzo, thoughts?
Very deserved win overall. Birkalla had an answer to Croydon, but it was too late. second half, well, towards the end of the game, they had a couple of chances, a couple of good saves from Margouche, who once again proves to be one of the top keepers. And offensively, Croydon, we know they've been a high-scoring team, and 4 goals again today. I expected, honestly, a bit more from Birkalla, but again, as we talked about, very positive season overall. Not fighting for relegation for most of the year, making that push for the finals. So credit to them. That's been from and a good starting point. And now we'll see. Adelaide City Croydon will be a very good 2-game series.
It will be a very good 2-game series, and clock for FK Beergrad taking on Adelaide United in the other elimination final, or get down there and watch in person at One Solution Park, Frank Mitchell Park. That's all. Lorenzo, thanks for joining me.
Thank you very much.
And like I said, tune into the next game if you want. I think we'll go into extra time, as that game is an elimination final. We need a result, and it finished 1-1. So I dare say you can jump across to that one now, and we'll see you on the next one.